Did you know that thousands of people in the UK could find their names on a deportation list as early as April 1st? Officials have revealed that this is part of a sweeping new enforcement measure, and the consequences could be life-changing. Imagine receiving a notice and realizing that you might be forced to leave the country you call home, without warning. The sheer scale of this move has left communities across the nation on edge, and the uncertainty is sending shockwaves through social media and news outlets alike. What's even more alarming is that many people might not even know they are at risk. Hidden errors in paperwork, visa expirations, or even minor infractions could suddenly put someone on the list. This isn't just a bureaucratic formality, it's a ticking clock, and time is running out to make sure you're not caught off guard. In this video, we're breaking down 10 crucial reasons why your name could appear and what you can do to protect yourself. By the end, you'll know exactly what to check, where to look, and how to act fast before it's too late. Stay tuned, because this information could save you from a devastating shock. If you want, I can draft the full 10 reasons main script next, keeping the suspense and urgency throughout while making it practical and easy to follow. Do you want me to do that now? Number 1. Visa expirations. One of the most common reasons people end up on the deportation list is visa expiration. It may seem simple, just a date on a piece of paper, but failing to renew your visa on time can have serious consequences. Even if you've lived in the UK for years, overstaying by just a few days could flag your name for removal. Immigration officials have made it clear that they are cracking down, and the system is becoming more automated, meaning no one is overlooked. Many people assume that a late renewal is just a minor inconvenience, but studies and real-life cases have shown that delays in paperwork often snowball into major legal problems. What's worse is that some individuals don't even realize their visa has expired until it's too late. This is why staying on top of your documents is crucial. Mark important dates in your calendar, set reminders, and double-check your paperwork to ensure everything is accurate. Practical steps can make a huge difference. Check the exact expiry date on your visa now, even if you think it's months away. Contact the immigration office if there's any confusion, and keep digital and physical copies of all your documents. Taking action early not only protects you legally, but it also reduces the stress of facing sudden notifications from authorities. In short, a small oversight today can lead to a life-changing consequence tomorrow, so don't wait. If this video helped you uncover risks you didn't know about, drop a comment below with your thoughts or experiences. We love hearing from you. And don't forget to subscribe. It's just one click, but it keeps you informed and ready for whatever comes next. Number 2. Criminal records. You might think that a small mistake from years ago is harmless, but when it comes to UK immigration, even minor criminal offenses can land your name on the deportation list. Authorities are increasingly using digital records to flag individuals, meaning that something you thought was behind you, like a traffic violation, petty theft, or public order offense, can suddenly resurface. The law doesn't always differentiate between past mistakes and recent behavior, so it's critical to understand exactly what could make you vulnerable. Research and real-life cases highlight that many deportations are triggered by convictions that seem minor at the time. For example, someone fined for a minor assault or small-scale fraud years ago might now face removal simply because these records are linked to their current immigration status. The frightening reality is that ignorance isn't a defense. Immigration officials assume responsibility lies with the individual to know and address their legal record. So what can you do? Start by reviewing your criminal history carefully. Obtain official records, check for any discrepancies, and consider seeking professional legal advice if anything seems questionable. Being proactive can prevent a sudden shock if your name appears on the deportation list. Additionally, avoid risky situations that could generate new offenses. Sometimes the smallest slip today can trigger a major consequence tomorrow. The key is vigilance. The more aware and prepared you are, the safer you become. We poured hours into bringing you this critical information. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid disaster. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. One click is all it takes to stay safe and informed. Number 2. Criminal records. You might think that a small mistake from years ago is harmless, but when it comes to UK immigration, Even minor criminal offenses can land your name on the deportation list. Authorities are increasingly using digital records to flag individuals, meaning that something you thought was behind you, like a traffic violation, petty theft, or public auto offense, can suddenly resurface. The law doesn't always differentiate between past mistakes and recent behavior, so it's critical to understand exactly what could make you vulnerable. Research and real-life cases highlight that many deportations are triggered by convictions that seemed minor at the time. For example, someone fined for a minor assault or a small-scale fraud years ago might now face removal simply because these records are linked to their current immigration status. The frightening reality is that ignorance isn't a defense. Immigration officials assume responsibility lies with the individual to know and address their legal record. So what can you do? Start by reviewing your criminal history carefully. Obtain official records. Check for any discrepancies, and consider seeking professional legal advice if anything seems questionable. Being proactive can prevent a sudden shock if your name appears on the deportation list. Additionally, avoid risky situations that could generate new offenses. Sometimes the smallest slip today can trigger a major consequence tomorrow. The key is vigilance. The more aware and prepared you are, the safer you become. We poured hours into bringing you this critical information. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid disaster. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. One click is all it takes to stay safe and informed. Number 3. Employment violations. Many people don't realize that work-related issues can be a major reason for being flagged for deportation. If you're working in the UK without proper authorization, overstaying the terms of your visa, or even having discrepancies in your employment records, you could be at serious risk. Authorities are cracking down on employers who hire undocumented workers, which means your job history is now under scrutiny. What once seemed harmless could suddenly become a red flag in the immigration system. Studies and government reports show that unauthorized employment is one of the top reasons people get deported. Even if your employer reassured you everything was fine, it's ultimately your responsibility to ensure that your work is legal and matches your visa type. Simple mistakes, like missing paperwork, incorrect contracts, or failing to update your employment status, can trigger alerts that may place your name on the deportation list. The scary part is that many affected individuals never received a warning before being contacted by authorities. Practical steps can save you from a nightmare scenario. Double-check your visa conditions and make sure your current job aligns perfectly. Keep records of contracts, pay slips, and any official correspondence. If you suspect any issues, consult an immigration lawyer immediately to prevent problems from escalating. Staying proactive and organized is key. After all, a few minutes of checking now could save you months or even years of legal trouble later. We've worked hard to bring you this life-saving information. Tell us your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your insight could help someone else stay protected. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just one click keeps you informed and ready for anything. Number 4. Fraudulent documents. Many people underestimate how strict UK authorities are about documentation and identity verification. Even small errors on official forms, like typos in your name, mismatched dates, or incorrect addresses, can be treated as fraudulent activity. In more serious cases, submitting falsified documents, knowingly or unknowingly, can immediately put you on the deportation list. The system is designed to catch inconsistencies quickly, and once flagged, correcting them becomes a long, stressful process. Statistics show that document-related issues are among the fastest-growing triggers for deportation. Immigration officials are now using advanced verification tools that cross-check personal information across multiple databases. What used to be overlooked in the past is now highly scrutinized. The alarming part is that many people don't even realize their paperwork is problematic until it's too late, leaving them vulnerable to sudden notices and legal action. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Audit all your documents immediately: passports, visas, residency papers, and even academic or work certificates. Ensure every piece of information is accurate and consistent. If there's any doubt, consult a legal professional who specializes in immigration. The guidance could be the difference between staying and being forced to leave. Remember, Vigilance is your strongest defense. One small mistake today can escalate into a life-altering situation tomorrow. Don't take risks with your future. We've dedicated countless hours to uncover this critical information. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your insight could help someone else avoid disaster. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just one click ensures you stay informed and prepared. Number 5. Immigration status changes. One of the biggest surprises for many people is that changes in your immigration status can instantly put you at risk of deportation. This isn't just about visas expiring. Things like switching jobs, changing your residence, or even transitioning from student to work status can trigger scrutiny if not reported properly. Immigration authorities are now closely monitoring status updates, and failing to notify them in time could make your name appear on the deportation list without warning. Real-life cases show that many people are caught off guard because they assumed minor updates, like moving to a new city or changing employment, weren't significant. In reality, the UK immigration system treats any unreported change as a potential violation, and automated systems flag these discrepancies quickly. This means that being proactive isn't optional. It's essential. Even small oversights can lead to a domino effect, complicating legal defenses and making it harder to contest deportation. So how can you protect yourself? Keep all immigration records up to date and notify authorities immediately about any changes. This includes updating your address, employment status, and personal information. Maintain copies of all correspondence and confirmations, and consider consulting an immigration expert if you're unsure about any step. By taking these precautions, you not only reduce the risk of sudden deportation but also demonstrate compliance and responsibility, which can be crucial if your case ever comes under review. Being vigilant today could save you from life-altering consequences tomorrow. We've put hours of research into bringing you this vital information. Comment below with your experiences or tips. Your insight might help someone avoid disaster. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just one click keeps you informed, prepared, and ahead of the game. Number 6. Overstaying your visa. Many people assume that being in the UK for a few extra days or weeks past their visa expiration is harmless, but this is one of the most common triggers for deportation. Immigration authorities are no longer lenient with overstays. Even minor lapses are flagged by automated systems, and your name can quickly appear on the deportation list without notice. The scary part is that it often happens silently. You may not even receive a warning before action is taken. Real-world cases highlight how devastating this can be. Someone who overstayed by just a few days on a student or work visa may find themselves suddenly facing legal action and forced removal. It's not just about the extra time. You're essentially in the system's non-compliant category, which makes it much harder to appeal or correct the situation later. Ignorance or assumption that a small overstay won't matter can lead to life-altering consequences, affecting not only your current stay but also future visa applications or entry into other countries. So, what can you do? Act immediately to check your visa status and make sure all dates are up to date. If your visa is nearing expiration, submit renewal applications well in advance and keep all confirmation emails and paperwork safely stored. Even a few minutes spent reviewing your documents today can save weeks or months of stress and potentially prevent a nightmare scenario of forced removal. Being proactive is the only way to stay safe in an increasingly strict system. We've poured hours into researching this critical information. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid disaster. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just one click keeps you informed, prepared, and ahead of the game. Number 7. Tax and financial irregularities. Many people don't realize that financial missteps can directly affect their immigration status. Failing to pay taxes, underreporting income, or having discrepancies in financial records can trigger a review by UK authorities, putting your name at risk of appearing on the deportation list. Even honest mistakes, like missing a deadline or misfiling a document, can be flagged as a violation. And in today's system, these alerts are often automated and reviewed quickly. Real-life examples show how even minor financial irregularities have led to deportation proceedings. Someone who failed to declare a small side income or didn't properly file their tax return could suddenly be under investigation. The system assumes responsibility lies with the individual to maintain accurate records, and ignorance isn't accepted as an excuse. Authorities are particularly strict with repeated or unresolved issues, which can create a domino effect of legal consequences. So, what steps should you take to stay safe? Review all financial and tax records carefully and ensure that every submission to HMRC or other relevant agencies is accurate and up to date. If there's any confusion, consult a financial advisor or immigration lawyer to double-check your compliance. Maintaining clear, accurate documentation isn't just about legality. It's about protecting your ability to remain in the country without fear of sudden action. Staying organized and proactive with your finances can be the difference between security and crisis. Number 8. Criminal investigations. Even if you haven't been convicted of a crime, being under investigation in the UK can put your name at risk of deportation. Authorities are increasingly monitoring individuals involved in ongoing criminal or legal proceedings, and the mere fact that your name appears in official investigations can trigger alerts in immigration databases. This means that you don't always need a conviction. Simply being associated with a case can make you vulnerable. Recent cases show that people under investigation for minor or unrelated offenses have suddenly received notices of potential removal. Immigration authorities take a cautious approach, and their goal is to identify potential risks quickly, even before legal cases are resolved. This creates a stressful situation where your safety and future in the country could be compromised without warning. Many affected individuals report feeling blindsided, as they had no idea their legal circumstances could impact their immigration status so dramatically. So how can you protect yourself? Stay informed about any legal matters you're involved in and ensure you respond to all official correspondence promptly. Keep copies of legal documents and updates, and consult a qualified immigration lawyer if there's any risk that your situation could escalate. Transparency and proactive communication with authorities are key. They demonstrate responsibility and may help prevent your name from being flagged. Remember, in the eyes of immigration officials, prevention is better than correction, and staying ahead of investigations can be critical for protecting your right to remain in the UK. Number 9. Immigration policy changes. The UK government is constantly updating its immigration policies, and even minor changes in the law can have major consequences. What was once acceptable under an old rule may now be grounds for deportation. For many residents, these updates come as a complete shock because they assume their current status is safe. Unfortunately, ignorance of the law is not a defense, and failing to keep up with changes can put your name directly on the deportation list. Recent policy shifts have targeted areas like visa extensions, work eligibility, and residency requirements. For example, someone who previously qualified for a certain type of visa may now fall outside the new rules if they haven't updated their application or adjusted their status. Automated systems and cross-checks mean that any outdated or incomplete documentation is flagged immediately, making compliance more important than ever. Individuals caught unaware often find themselves scrambling to meet new requirements, with very little time to correct errors before authorities act. So, what can you do to stay safe? Regularly review official government announcements and immigration websites for updates that may affect your status. Keep track of deadlines, eligibility criteria, and any new compliance measures. If something is unclear, don't wait. Consult an immigration lawyer or advisor to ensure you're fully compliant. Staying informed is your best defense. Knowledge today could prevent a life-altering crisis tomorrow. Being proactive about policy changes is not just smart. It's essential for protecting your right to remain in the country without fear. Number 10. Family or relationship issues. Many people assume that personal relationships have no bearing on immigration, but family or relationship issues can unexpectedly put you at risk. Changes such as divorce, separation, or the death of a sponsor can directly impact your visa status or residency eligibility. Immigration authorities carefully monitor sponsorship arrangements, and if your circumstances no longer meet the required conditions, your name could appear on the deportation list, even if you had no control over the situation. Real-world cases show that individuals relying on a spouse or family member for visa sponsorship have faced sudden threats of deportation after relationship breakdowns. Even long-standing marriages or partnerships aren't immune if the supporting documentation isn't updated promptly. The system is strict, and official notifications may arrive with little warning, leaving people scrambling to prove their continued eligibility. This is especially true for dependent visas, family reunification cases, or visas tied to specific sponsors. So what can you do to protect yourself? Regularly review your visa conditions and sponsorship status, and ensure all relevant authorities are informed of changes immediately. Keep documentation up to date, and seek professional advice if your personal circumstances shift. Being proactive can prevent sudden shocks and demonstrate to immigration officials that you are compliant and responsible. Remember, even personal or family matters can have serious legal implications. Staying informed and prepared is your best protection against unexpected deportation. We've poured immense effort into uncovering this critical information. Share your experiences or tips in the comments below. Your insight could save someone else from a nightmare. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just one click keeps you informed, ready, and one step ahead. The truth is, the UK's upcoming deportation list is not just a headline. It's a real and urgent matter that could affect anyone. From visa expirations and minor criminal offenses to financial errors, employment violations, and even family or relationship changes, there are countless ways your name could appear on the list. What's terrifying is that many of these risks are invisible until it's too late. A small oversight today could lead to life-changing consequences tomorrow. Across all 10 reasons we've discussed, one clear pattern emerges. Being proactive is your strongest defense. Check your documents, keep your records updated, stay informed about policy changes, and act quickly if something seems off. The UK immigration system is increasingly automated and strict, meaning that delays, errors, or ignorance can no longer be ignored. Even small mistakes, which once might have been overlooked, can now trigger alerts that put your right to remain in jeopardy. Ultimately, knowledge is power. By understanding these 10 risks and taking concrete action now, you can protect yourself and your loved ones from unexpected legal trouble. Don't wait for a shock. Review your status, update your paperwork, and seek professional guidance if needed. The difference between being prepared and being caught off guard could not be clearer. One step today can safeguard your future tomorrow. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and take action immediately. Your future in the UK may depend on it.